Hello guys, welcome to another FU Money. Today I've been very busy during the day managing my portfolio, so I have only time for maybe 20 minutes. Let's try to keep the video short today, just as a quick briefing about the markets. Let me just give you a hint of what I've been doing. That's why I've been busy all these days. I've been selling property to transform my property into Bitcoin. So today I had another deed. I had to sign a deed with the buyer of one of my properties. And that's why I had to go very distant from the place where I live now. Drive for maybe 1.5 hours one way, then stay there, have to sign the deeds, all that thing has to be read to both parties. Then I had to come back another 1.5 hours maybe driving back home. So this was an entire day just managing my stuff, because I'm also an investor. I don't just make technical analysis, so I'm trying to move part of my properties portfolio into Bitcoin, and that's the reason why I've been so busy in the last few days. Okay, so let me just check if everything is okay. I hope you all are able to listen to my audio. I hope so. If any problem with the audio, just tell me on the chat and I will correct it on time. So just confirm, please, guys, that you guys that are on the stream, if everything is okay, and we can start. Audio good, video good, everything running smoothly. Okay, so I have a positive answer there. Let me just change to screen share. Here we are, price to time model. Let's take a look what the price to time model is telling us. Okay, let's see. So we continue to have a green week. We have a green candle. We had a bit of a retracement from the top, which you guys, I'm sure, are aware of. But we are still below the curved line. So no big problems regarding any correction soon. I don't see any big retracements unless the ones we have been seeing so far, but this is not anything to worry about. The 20 period moving average continues to go up, but as you guys can see, maintaining a safe distance from the price action. So right now, at this time, I don't see any major problems with the weekly chart on the price to time model. Everything looks good. So let's quickly go to the MRI strategy and let's just take a peek into the monthly chart. Okay, the monthly chart looks very bullish to me. We are still on a green 4 of 9. So basically we have, if we count the months from now to the future, so we are in April, and supposedly we have, if we go to a 9 count on the green, we still have 5 more months. So April, May, June, July, August, September. And that's funny because this is the first time I'm counting the months with the MRI, and that's exactly in September that the price to time model also gives me the probability of a top for this cycle. So as you guys can see here, this is the point where the price to time model gives me the biggest probability of a top for this market cycle, and it's precisely by the end of September, first week of October. And that's funny as you check also the MRI chart here. So as you guys can see, we are on a green 4 right here of 9. And if you count 5 more months to the 9, we go to September. So that's also a good indication for the price to time model. I hope I hope we can time the market at least for the last 2 weeks or the previous 2 weeks before the top, so people can be prepared and not suffer any sudden, bearish moves. So let's go to the weekly. Okay, so the weekly chart is not so different from yesterday. I still have this, we are exactly on the support line that I said yesterday that it was supposed to hold the price. We can check it better on the 4-hour chart. Let me just go here and see. Yes, we are just a bit below the support line I plotted yesterday on our live stream. And well, the difference is not so big from the support, so I'm still hoping that we can support the price around here. And also this candle, I hope that the candle does not close with the body smaller than the wick, which in this case would be not so bullish, sign. But let's see how this candle closes. We are still a few days away from Sunday, so I hope that until Sunday, at the time of the close, the candle body is a bit bigger and the wick, the shadow, is a bit smaller, and that would give us a bullish sign also. So also considering the triangle that we have in the weekly chart, which is this green triangle you guys see here, we still have a lot of room to the upside. So if everything would be correct, this would be if everything happens as it's supposed to be when you break of an ascending triangle, we still have all this distance to go to the upside. You know already that the left side of the triangle gives you the approximate move to the upside when you break the triangle. So that would take us to the 70s and close to the 80s, and that would be a very, very good price action for Bitcoin. So let's hope everything goes by the best, and that happens. The volume continues to go down. This is worrying. This is a bit worrying to me, but you know that regarding price action and volume, I give my biggest relevance to the price action and not to the volume. So volume is not so relevant as the price action, and also the the patterns that you find on the charts, like this ascending triangle. So the volume comes after that, so it's not so important to me as the patterns and the price action. But however, you have to consider that we have been declining in the volume since the breakout of this bull cycle. The RSI continues to point up on the weekly, the MACD also bullish, and the bars continue to be not declining to the downside so heavily as we've seen in previous moves. And the Fisher distance from the EMA is neutral, really close to zero. So all good except for the volume in the weekly chart. Let's quickly go to the daily. So in the daily we still have the triangle here. We had a bit of a retracement on the daily after this big move up. We formed a kind of a support in this red line that I drew yesterday. I think it was yesterday. So the red line is on the 63, around 62,800, 63, and it has been holding the price so far since yesterday. So although this is not a very, very strong support, it has been holding the price, which is good in my opinion. The moving averages are catching up, which means that when the 20-period moving average crosses to the upside of the triangle, this will even be a bigger and stronger support. If the 63 level breaks down, we could have a nice support starting around 61, 60 and a half, and that moving average by tomorrow will be around the top of the triangle already on the upper side, so that will be also good. On the daily, you can also notice the decline on the volume. I don't like that because sometimes the decline in the volume is anticipating a big move, and we never know if that big move is to the upside or to the downside, although we are in a bull market. So I believe the big move could be to the upside, but with Bitcoin we never know. I've seen many things in my life already since I started in these markets a few years ago. So let's hope that everything goes fine with that big move. The RSI is pointing down on the daily, so that's because of the retracement we had yesterday and today. Today it was not a big retracement, just a few $100, but however the RSI is pointing down because yesterday we had a bigger move. And the MACD is bullish. We have green bars, we have the blue line above the orange line. Let me just give you guys a zoom in here so you guys can see. So this to me is bullish, although the bar is exactly the same size as the previous one. So it shows that we are not growing in bullishness, but however it's still bullish because the blue line is pointing up and the orange line pointing up and the gap is increasing. So as to the MACD, we are bullish. Also the BitMEX funding rate, let's check the BitMEX funding rate. We are below the 0.011% threshold. That's very good. So it doesn't indicate any volatility to the downside, and the market sentiment is telling me that we could sustain the price here, or maybe just a small correction, but I don't believe we are going to have any major volatility to the downside according to the BitMEX funding rate. The Fisher distance is a bit distant now from the neutral point, which is the medium line here, but it's already turning down and getting back to the mean. So everything is pointing to some consolidation in the daily chart. And let's move on to the 4-hour. So in the 4-hour we had this move up, then we had a retracement back, so we lost all the gains from this move because the MRI top on the 4-hour was pointing exactly to the top. That's why the tone phase MRI indicator is so good, because it can tell you with a lot of precision when the market can have a reversal, and this was the case. So we have the MRI top here, as you guys can see, the one with the red arrow pointing down. Just on the candle after that one, we went back down, 2 candles down, move up, then consolidation, move down, move up. So we are creating a sort of double bottom, and the moving average, as I said yesterday, is supporting the price. As you guys can see, this has been very, very good supporting the price in the past, at least in the 4-hour chart. And I see this as a double bottom, although it's a 4-hour chart, it's not so relevant as the 1 day or the 1 week chart. However, I see this as a double bottom with a lot of potential to go to the upside from here. So let's hope that we have some consolidation and the moving average can hold the price, and next candles will show us some kind of reversal and we could go up from this point on. So let's see what happens. But as you guys see, this consolidation has been forming a very good support on the volume per price, and that will help us in the future when we move up to support the price again in case of a retracement. So the volume is not so visible, the decline here on the 4-hour. The RSI is neutral, going sideways. The MACD, of course, because this is a 4-hour chart, and because today and yesterday it was a bit of a retracement, the MACD is bearish right now. We have the blue line below the orange, and the bars are red going to the downside. But however, the move is not so strong as it could be. We see the bars already in some kind of going sideways, already not increasing to the downside. So I don't see a lot of strength in this retracement. The BitMEX funding rate is still below here on the 4-hour chart. That's good. So the 4-hour chart shows the BitMEX funding rate below the 0.11%. That's a very good indication to me. So let's just confirm on the 1-hour chart how the BitMEX funding rate is. It's confirmed. It's below the 0.11. As you guys can see here, we have still a small gap between the threshold and the bar. And let me just tell you guys what is the percentage right now. And it just went a bit down, also the bar. So I saw it. Probably you didn't see it because it was a very, very quick move, but I saw the bar just moving down a bit, and it's now at 0.09, so it's not even 0.1. Okay, that's good in my book. So let's hope everything goes fine. We have a double bottom here. Let's hope that the price is held by the support around the 62.5, 63, and we can see a move up from here, breaking the 50 period moving average, and everything will look like spring, and the sky is blue, and all that will be fine for us. So that's a good signal. Okay, just a quick look also on the pro indicators. So we have 20 minutes of stream already. If you discount the 5 that it was just music, we have a few more minutes. So the pro indicators is showing me that we are consolidating above the 3 range boundary breakout line. The trend channel is already moving up in a much stronger way than it was before. You see the steps here are very small. However, the steps here increased a lot, and this gives us a bit more room to the upside, of course, because the price tends to be inside the trend channel between the green zigzag and the red zigzag. And as you guys also can see, the resistance context, which is the gray box above, just sent the price down, and we are now consolidating and probably waiting for a new leg up. The sine wave and the momentum are turning back up. So also so this is the bullish indicator is growing here. I see that we have a good opportunity for another leg up and try to continue our price action to the upside in search of new all-time highs. Okay, guys, this is the analysis for Bitcoin today. Probably maybe you have some questions, and I will look at the chat, and for a few minutes more I can probably help you guys and answer a few questions if you guys want it. So please write your questions there. I will just move back to the MRI charts. Let's put this on the 4 hour to have a better view of the price action, and let me just save here. Okay, so I have the chat open. Let's see if you guys are writing any questions. So the audio is perfect. I'm glad. I hope I don't make any more mistakes like the first stream, but I will get used to it. Okay, so Adriano Ferreira 87, he wrote in Portuguese. I can translate to you guys. Keep up the good work, Hugo. So I'm what it's called a newbie, and I have been learning a lot with your videos of technical analysis. Not that I make it a lot, but the idea is to learn and then try, I hope, in the markets. That's what you mean. And he sends hugs. Okay, so Paulo, my friend for a long time, is asking about if I can explain a bit better the volume and the price action. So basically, what happens is, let me just go to the weekly chart. Maybe you can see it better. Okay. I was writing on the chat as usual and not using the correct window to change my charts. So what happens is, Paulo, this is usually what's called, let me just select the trend line here. So as you can see, in this volume, you can see clearly that we are moving down. We have a trend on the volume here, which is this white line. And then if you go to the chart and the price action and you use exactly the same space, so sorry. So if you start on the same candle as you plotted the downtrend line on the volume, and then you go up to the price action like this, you can see that there is a clear divergence here. So what this means is the volume is going down, the price action is going up when you have the lines opening like that. So to the left, to your left, they are close, and to your right, the gap is bigger between the two lines that I just plotted. This means there is a bearish divergence between the price action and the volume. And When the volume is declining so much, it means that people are waiting on the sidelines. They are not decided about what to do, so no one is buying or selling. And usually what this turns out to be is when finally people see some kind of move that they want to buy the asset or sell the asset, when you see a big decline like that in the volume and you start to see very, very short bars for the volume, this usually precedes a big move, because when people decide to do something because of the market indications, usually they do it at the same time. So that's it's like a price action squeeze or something like that. It's not easy to explain. This is something I've been learning over the years of watching markets and watching volume. And usually when the volume goes down like that, and then when everybody decides to do the same thing at the same time, which is usually you see that the market has good conditions, everyone buys at the same time, and usually you have a very volatile move up or very volatile move down. It depends on what the market conditions or sentiment tells you to do. So usually, from my experience looking at the charts, decline in the volume to such lower levels precedes a volatile move, and then you have to check if this volatile move will go to the upside or to the downside. So I hope I explained. But yes, you also mentioned that regarding the volume and the price, the correlation. So this is the correlation. No, actually, you also ask more volume, more probability of upside. No, it doesn't mean that you have more volume, you can go to the upside. It means that you can have a lot of volume and still go to the downside, which is a bullish divergence. So this is the opposite. When the price action is going down and the volume is going up, so the lines are, the gap is smaller on the right side of the chart. This means that you have a bullish divergence, and usually it means that you can have some kind of violent reaction to the upside. In the bearish divergence, however, the probabilities are that which is the case right now in this chart, the probabilities is that the price action will go to the lower, to the downside. So, however, if I consider the price action we've been having so far and the institutional interest in Bitcoin and all the big players and whales that are coming into this market, it's not so easy to believe that we are going to have a big correction right now. I'm still waiting for a big move to the upside before a big correction can occur, and I would expect this to be around 70s. So after the next big move up, I will start to consider that maybe a bigger correction is coming, especially if the price action goes to the crosses over the exponential line on the price to time model. So I hope I explained that. Hey, we have Mary Fox Crypto here. Welcome to the stream. So I was just explaining to Paulo about the bearish divergence between the volume and the price action, and this decline that has been happening. However, I don't believe, in my book, the price action is much more relevant than the volume. So the decline in the volume can mean nothing if you have a very, very bullish market. So in this case, I don't believe we are still in the phase of the market that will have a bigger correction. So before a really big correction, I expect the price to move up very, very exponentially, cross over the price to time model exponential curve, and then we have a big correction. Hey guys, say hi to Mary Fox Crypto. She's also a YouTuber, and welcome her to the stream. It's the first time we have a famous YouTuber here. So I hope you enjoy this stream. Okay, let me see if I have any more questions. So I hope Paulo is satisfied with my answer. We have another one from Adriano. Can you explain if there's still time in which different basic situations should we use different time frames on the charts? Okay, that's a very interesting question. So basically what I why I use different time frames on the charts is because in order of relevance and to understand the markets or where the probabilities could lead the market, usually the monthly chart, the weekly chart, the daily chart have more relevance than the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, or even smaller time frames. So what this means is if you are looking at the 4-hour chart, for example, and the market looks very, very bullish, however, when you go to the weekly chart, you have indications of a bearish move happening. I would consider the bearish move more important and more relevant with more probabilities of happening than the 4-hour chart. So, of course, you have this order of relevance, and to me, the biggest relevance is the monthly chart, and after that is the weekly chart and the daily chart, and so on, until you go to time frames which for me don't have a lot of meaning, because I usually only check the monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour and 1-hour, and even the 1-hour is not so important to me except for the BitMEX funding rate, which gives me a more accurate reading on the BitMEX funding rate. So that's the only thing that it matters to me on the 1-hour chart. Okay, so Mary Fox is saying that she's not famous. Of course you are. You have more subscribers than I do. You should mention my channel on your channel. Maybe maybe I get so many as many subscribers as you do. Joe Nygar, Mr. Hugo, love your work, sir. Thank you, Joe. Awesome. Thanks from Lucky4N. M. Barella is saying that he would hope me to don't worry, people, because if anyone writes in Portuguese, I will translate for you guys. He's saying that it's a pity I don't make my live streams in Portuguese, because it would be a very good contribution to the Portuguese community in the crypto world. However, I believe that, guys, I would love to have a Portuguese stream and then an English stream, because I'm trying to get the biggest audience. I'm trying to get to the biggest number of people as I can. And of course, if I have the live streams in Portuguese, that means I will only have the Portuguese audience available to watch my videos. Of course, anyone else in the world except for Brazil, which they also speak Portuguese, but all the other countries will not be able to understand what I'm saying. So the audience will always be smaller, and I'm not getting or reaching more people as I should. But I don't mind, for example, in the future, if we have a lot of people watching the stream, I could have a stream in English and then just after that have a stream in Portuguese. I would not mind to do that. But I believe every Portuguese person knows or understands English. You guys know that we all learn English a lot of years in school, so it's not so difficult. Also, for someone who has BTC and still, so this is Joe Niger, I think. Still the king, you suggest doing large DCA purchases right now, or should I split the large amount of 10 days? Well, it depends. So if I understand your question correctly, you are asking me if it is more profitable to DCA every day a smaller amount or wait 10 days intervals and buy a bigger amount. Is this what you're asking? Yes, I know. Every Portuguese person speaks English very well, so I don't see any problems with that. Maybe in Brazil, I don't know if so many people speak English very well in Brazil, but I guess also they also speak English a lot there. So let's see. Hey Joe Niger, can you please tell me if this is your question? Like, buy a smaller amount every day or a bigger amount every 10 days. So, okay, this is something, okay, he said yes. So this is something I explained already to someone in a private conversation I had before. If you buy $1,000 for 10 days, buying $100 every day, or if you, instead of buying $1,000 during those 10 days, you buy, for example, if you consider buying to the, a bigger time frame, this will be exactly the same. The only thing it happens is you reduce the volatility of the price action. So, of course, if you buy $1,000 every 10 days, the volatility between those 10 days could be bigger than if you buy $100 every day during 10 days. But in the end, if you continue to do that every 10 days, the amount, only the volatility will be different, but in terms of investment, you will have exactly the same probabilities of increasing your money if it goes to the upside or decreasing your money if it goes to the downside. So it doesn't make any difference unless you just do it for 10 days. And then, of course, the volatility will be smaller, but you will invest exactly the same amount of money. So if you buy the $1,000 now and then 10 days after you buy another 10, of course, you can have a bigger volatility, which means less gains than if you buy 100 every day. But if you tend to do that every 10 days for a long period of time, it will be exactly the same. Wow, I'm having so many people today. That's strange. I was not expecting to have so many live viewers. Let's see. In Brazil, not so many speak English, but I guess almost everyone who buy BTC speak English well. Yeah, exactly. That's what I believe also. My opinion on coin. So Mary Fox is asking me about Coinbase, I guess. So this about coin. This is the ticker of Coinbase. I completely agree. So let me just disclaimer here. I've been watching what TradingView said about the IPO on Coinbase. So I even have it here on my charts. Let me go here. Here it is, coin. So as you guys can see, I've been following what's happening here with Coinbase. Let me go to the 1 hour chart because you can see more moves. Here it is. This is exactly what I've been saying. So we will have a bigger correction. I was in fact trying to set a limit by around $200. So I believe that we will go down from 380, which was the opening price. And disclaimer, I agree 100% with TradingView. He said that every IPO, almost every IPO, has some kind of 50% correction before we start to see any moves to the upside. I believe that in the next few days, probably weeks, I don't know, because there's still a very short amount of information about Coinbase. But I believe in the coming days or weeks, we will have a 50% correction on the opening price. So that's my opinion. This could be in just a few days. This could be like in 4 to 8 weeks. We don't know because the chart is so short. We don't have any information, almost none information about the price action on Coinbase. And here's the price action on the hourly chart. So as you guys can see, we have already a big correction coming here. We have a sell signal. And of course, everyone buying during the hype of the opening day was screwed already. They are below around 30%. And I guess this will continue for some time. Probably we'll go to the upside a bit, then we go to the downside. But almost every IPO has a 50% correction before having big moves to the upside. So in this case, I completely agree with TradingView. I've been also checking some IPOs in the past, and most of them have bigger corrections before the moves to the upside. So that's the chart of Coinbase. As you guys can see, people buying here on the opening, which is this was around $380. People started to buy like crazy. This went up to $400 and almost $30. and people buying at the top during the opening day just got screwed, and this went back down already. So let me just check how much percent we are down right now from the top. Let's see. So that's the top, and we are almost 25% already. From the top, we are 25% down. So it's just another 25%, and we have the 50% correction. So I'm going to be sincere with you guys. I was not expecting, a big move to the upside on Coinbase, and I think the valuation was very high for this company. I don't think Coinbase is worth 100 billion, as they were saying, not even 60 billion as this is valuated now. So let's see what happens in the future, but I'm expecting a bigger correction. So let's see. Let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. Please, guys, if you have any more questions, let's. I have a few more minutes. Let's extend this a bit because we have famous people on the chat, and we have a lot of viewers today. So if you have any more questions, just shoot. What's the lowest you see Bitcoin drop to in the next 6 months? Speculation. Yeah, of course. This is total speculation. Just before answering your question, Joe, this is exactly. Oh, sorry. I thought that we were going up already, but we are still not going up. Although I expect this candle, which is a very, very small doji candle here, I expect it to go to the upside. And considering that this could be, as you guys see here, this is a textbook double bottom. I hope that it confirms. Let me just show you guys. So we have a bottom here. Then we have a higher low, double bottom. And what does it happen usually when you have a double bottom and you have a higher low? So what happens usually, this is a move to the upside. This is a textbook double bottom with a higher low. So I'm expecting this candle, the one still running right now, and the next ones to move a bit to the upside. And this is the 4-hour chart. So as you guys can see, I'm expecting that the 20-period moving average, the green line here, is holding the price with a lot of strength. Okay, so let's see. Joe, I was about to speculate your question, so let me check where the question is already because it moved up. Okay, so Joe Niger asks, what's the lowest you see BTC drop to in the next 6 months? Wow. I don't see, so let's speculate a bit. Let me try to go here to the price to time model and just quickly have a good and nice old speculation. So as you guys know, one of my main guides for this market is the price to time model, which I made public on Tone-Based channel in January, on the 3rd of January, during Bitcoin's birthday. And what I'm expecting is some kind of move for the next few weeks. 4 or 5 weeks, I'm expecting the price action to go up. If we go up as expected and we cross this curved line to the upside in an exponential move, I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach in between the low 70s, low 80s. So in this kind of interval of $10,000. And if we cross the line a lot to the upside, I'm expecting a big correction. And probably we could find support around the same level as we are now, but just a bit lower. So let me check what the price is here. This is 60. So I'm expecting that we probably could have a correction to the 20-week moving average, which is the green line here. Look, if you check the 2017 bull cycle, we had a lot of those. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and almost 5, but it didn't touch the 20 period moving average, which is the green line. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. And we still didn't have that for this cycle. So, which means that we have been going to the upside with a lot of strength, and all the corrections did not even touch the 20 period moving average. So I'm expecting that if we have a big exponential move to the upside, like going to 70, 80,000 like in 2 weeks, which also the time has to be shorter than just the 5 weeks I'm expecting to have some price action to the upside, we could have a big correction and we could find support on the moving average, the 20-week moving average, or even this support, this cluster that you see here. This cluster could be a very good support, so we could get back to levels of this cluster. And let me check, what is this here? This means that we could go back to the low 40s. So I see that before we reach the top, just like the 2013 market, where we had this very big exponential move to the upside and then a heavy correction of 75% to the downside, we could have something. If we have this kind of move above the exponential line, we could have this big decline, 75%. I don't believe it would be 75% in this bull cycle, but if we have a very exponential move to the upside, we could go back to the 40s before we reach the top. So this is my speculation. This is only speculation, guys. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but you have to keep up and follow. You have to follow the price to time model to understand if the exponential move is very, very big or not, and in what period of time this happens. If this happens in 2-3 weeks, we go up like $20,000 in 2 weeks, I'm expecting a big correction. So this is what could happen. This is pure speculation. So please, guys, don't take this for granted. You know already, I was just answering a question, and let's hope we don't have 50% corrections during this market. Okay, let's see. So I hope I answered your question, Joe. Okay, so my opinion on coin, I answered that already. Mary Fox is laughing a lot. I hope she finds this stream funny, as I do, at least. Okay, let's see. David, welcome to the stream. David is here today with us. Luckily, I had a few chats with him on Twitter, and very intelligent questions, by the way. Why is everyone in crypto hating Coinbase? I don't hate Coinbase. I just hate Coinbase when I'm trying to do something and I can't access the site. So that's why sometimes I hate Coinbase. I don't hate Coinbase. I think the CEO is stupid, but that's my personal opinion. He's not a Bitcoiner. He's just a crypto coiner. So he's not. I guess I agree a lot with Tonevays in many of his opinions. He also thinks that the CEO is a bit stupid, but each one of us has his own reasons, and that's why. I don't think that he's doing a lot for the Bitcoin movement. I believe that he has done somewhat a good job bringing Coinbase to be one of the biggest exchanges in the world. However, he is not a Bitcoiner. A lot of things he does are even harmful to Bitcoin. So. And the other thing I think is the exchange itself has very poorly managed servers and infrastructure, because every time you have big moves, like when you used to have those big moves, let me try to understand if I can check it here. So, for example, during this period here, when we had really big moves to the downside here, even before that, before we crossed the 20,000, we had this big move here, this big volatile candle you guys can see here. And I was trying to access Coinbase during that day, and it was completely impossible. So during the entire day, as soon as you have big volatile moves, everyone tries to go to Coinbase, and no one can even log in. So that's why sometimes I don't like Coinbase, and I have other exchanges also, and I don't have all my eggs in the same basket. That's the only reason. Well, the hostility is because people want to log in and try to make something in a volatile move, trying to make some gains or trying to save their coins, and they can't. They can't because, you know, the infrastructure can't handle all those customers they have. So they should have already upgraded all the infrastructure. They should have been working on the infrastructure if they want to support so many customers, and they didn't do that. So that's one of my complaints. Yeah, and some people, yeah, just as Mary Fox Crypto said, some people just don't like Brian, so. Yeah, exactly my opinion. Unless Joe is saying, why own stock when you can own BTC? Exactly, if you can buy BTC, why would you buy Coinbase stock? Unless you want to diversify, you have like 100% investment on Bitcoin and you want to diversify a bit and not have such a big risk having all your capital in Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is growing in a faster pace than Coinbase is. So as you guys seen before, Coinbase is even going lower than the opening price. So why should I have my money invested in Coinbase if I can buy Bitcoin? That's a very good point. Mary Fox is asking, do I believe Bitcoin will hit 200K in this cycle? I believe so. So as you can see with the price to time model, of course, guys, let me be completely honest with you guys. This is just a projection based on 2 data points. I have only 1 data point. Let me just explain the price to time model. Usually when you want to be or you want to have very good probabilities of something happening in statistics, you need 3 data points. And the price to time model, although it's done already, I can only base my price to time model on 2 data points, which I'm going to mark on the chart right now. So this is my first data point, and this is my second data point here. So we have 2 tops. We have the top of 2013, December, and we have the top of December 2017. And I only have 2 data points to project the top that we could have for the 3rd cycle. So in terms of probabilities, it's not guaranteed, not even with 3 data points would be guaranteed that you would have a top around 280. However, when I drew the price to time model, when I plotted this, based on my 2 data points, I got this top. And then I started to check other models, and I found out about the stock to flow model by Plan B, and the stock to flow model gives people a top for the cycle around $288,000. So if you consider that I've done my model not knowing about what was the top price for the stock to flow model by Plan B, I would say they come very close. So my price to time model points to 280K, and stock to flow model by Plan B points to 288K. So it's a difference of $8,000 in a market, such a big market already, if you consider it above 200,000. So of course, I believe that this is a big probability, although I'm not saying that it will happen. Of course, models can be wrong. Plan B can be wrong. He's a great analyst. He can be wrong. I'm not such a great analyst as Plan B. I could be wrong. So, guys, if this doesn't happen by September, October this year, I will be the first one to come here to the stream and say my model failed, and I don't have any problems with that. However, having plotted my model and then checking Plan B's model and seeing that it's such a small difference, 280, 288, I don't know. I think it's a big coincidence that his model, coming from such a great analyst, points to that amount or that value in price, and my points to a very close amount. So I would say the price to time model is going fine, as you can see, going just below the line. So far, it has been good. Let's see what happens in the future. So yes, answering your question, I believe that we will be above 200K this year. Hi, David. Thanks for coming today. So again, going back to Coinbase, I don't hate the company. I just hate the fact that sometimes I want to log in and I can't. When they have those big volatile moves and everyone tries to log in at the same time, I just can't access the site. So that's a big problem. Hank Jones is asking me if I'm bullish on Ethereum. I am bullish in anything this market. In this cycle, everything is going up. So it's very easy to say everything is going up. It's much easier than saying it's going down. So of course, I believe that all the shitcoins are going to follow Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin keeps going up, yes, I believe that Ethereum is going up. So I'm not saying that Ethereum is going to, surpass Bitcoin in terms of market gains. But if Bitcoin goes to 200K, of course, I believe that Ethereum could go to 10K. So everyone is following, that video I saw a few days ago that the mother duck is just going on the lake and all the small ducks following her. So this is how I see Bitcoin just, moving on the lake and all the shitcoins just going behind. So let's see. M. Barrel is saying that his idea was that the stock to flow model was giving us a peak of 100K. No, actually it gives us a peak around 288. Everyone has been reading this on Twitter, and even Plan B wrote a few times already on Twitter. If you search for his tweets on Twitter, you will see that many times he mentions 288K for the top of this cycle. And he also gave an interview. I always watch his interviews. I always watch every podcast where Plan B is interviewed, and he always mentions the top being around 288, 290, 280. He always mentions this amount. Dylan is saying, how do you trade alts to gain more BTC or not? I don't trade many alts, but I will explain something I did in the past. So I was a miner also. I used to mine Ethereum. I started mining Ethereum around the summer of 2017, and I mined Ethereum till recently when I sold all my infrastructure. I decided not to be a miner anymore and just use 100% of my time trading in the markets. And so because I was a miner of Ethereum, I have some heavy bags of Ethereum. And what I usually do is when Ethereum goes up against Bitcoin, I usually buy Bitcoin with Ethereum, and when Ethereum goes down, I buy back the Ethereum using Bitcoin. So I try to, I forgot the word now. Jesus, I forgot the word, even in Portuguese. Well, that's what I do. So if I remember the word, I will tell you. I don't trade any more alts, so the only one I usually trade is Ethereum, and this is against Bitcoin. And when Ethereum goes back down in price, I use Bitcoin to buy Ethereum back. So I increase my Ethereum and my Bitcoin at the same time in every move. So that's the way I use Ethereum only to increase my Bitcoin position. Another thing I do is I trade futures. So I also trade futures, but they are settled in USDT. So no, it's not exchange. There's a word that I just forgot. I will remember. Don't worry. Arbitrage. Yes, exactly. Hank Jones. He said the word I was looking for, and I completely forgot. I guess I'm getting Alzheimer today. So I usually arbitrage between Bitcoin and Ethereum as a mean to increase my Bitcoin position. So I don't believe in shitcoins, as you guys know. I only use them to increase my Bitcoin position. So guys, shoot, we are close to 1 hour of stream. I was saying that today I would like to have a 20-minute stream, but because there are so many people here today, there are so many people. I'm increasing my stream time. Let me just clean up my chart. I don't like to have those yellow circles here. So just before I forget, we have 2 data points that we can base my price to time model on, but let's suppose that this is correct and we top around end of September, beginning of October this year, around 280K. So from that point on, we will have 3 data points that we can use to predict the next cycle. And that will be much more accurate. As you guys know, I already made a small speculation here. So the gray area is just speculation, but this is considering that we have 3 data points and the movement from that top of this year is something similar to 2017, then you guys know already that my speculation points to a $4.5 million Bitcoin in 2025. So this is just speculation, guys. But if we have 3 data points and the cycle is something similar, then that's where the price to time model points to in 4 or 5 years time. Okay, so I gave you just something else to speculate on. Stock to flow, Hank Jones, stock to flow, exchange, yeah. The word I was looking for was arbitrage, yeah, between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let me check here. Which city in Portugal do you live in? Dylan. Dylan is asking me which city. So I was born in the south of Portugal, in the Algarve, in a city called Portimão. And then I moved to Lisbon, and I was living in Lisbon for a lot of years. I also moved around several countries while I was living in Lisbon. I lived in England, in London. I lived in Brazil and different cities in Brazil. Then I lived in Ireland, and then I came back to Portugal. And since 2017, I've been living in Portimão again, my hometown. But I'm close to move again, so it's not really important the place where I live, but you know, to get to know different places is more important. Amber is saying, I don't trade, I just hodl since 2016 when I started to read about liberal economical theory. That's good. Paycheck, smash the like button. No, I'm actually, because of one of the loyal followers, I'm not saying smash the like button anymore. From now on, I'm going to follow his lead, and I'm going to say, gently touch the like button, please. Lambo 2025. Please, guys, don't buy Lambos. The Tesla Roadster is much more beautiful than the Lambo. I'm looking to, if I can, of course, if the future gives me this opportunity and I move to some place where I will stay for some time, I'm looking for a Tesla Roadster 2021. The car is absolutely gorgeous. And it's the fastest car in the world, by the way. It's faster than any Lambo. And besides, you have to thank Elon Musk, so you should buy Teslas and not Lambos. Guys, I made this thumbnail for the stream as a quick briefing, quick update. and because you've been such a nice guys here on the chat, this has become a long stream already. So it's impossible to have a 20-minute video with you guys. Any more questions, please? I can't stay here all night. I have to cook dinner, by the way. I'm the chef in house here. So yeah, Cybertruck, I also like it, but it's a bit square. You know, the square lines. Yeah, but it's nice. I also like it. So, guys, any more questions about Bitcoin, about the price to time model, about any chart thing? Nothing else. Let's see. So the candle is turning green. That's good. I like it. I like the doji candle. I like this is a doji small hammer candle. As I told you guys, this has been a big fight for this candle. You guys, just for the ones that were not here, let me repeat. I consider this a double top with a higher low. So the probability from here is that this doji candle becomes something going to the upside, and the next candles will retest the previous swing high. So I hope this happens. This is a textbook structure, as you guys know, double bottom with a higher low. So if this candle can hold the price action, I believe we can see higher levels from here, probably a retest of the all-time high. So let's hope this happens. Someone is waiting for me to finish the streams because they want to go take a shower. You are all nuts, guys, here. Okay, guys, this has been really fun today. I was expecting to have a 20-minute or 30 max live stream. You guys have been great. I extended the time. It's already 1 hour plus the initial 5 minutes of music. So I hope you guys forgive me, but I also have to do some stuff, some personal stuff here, and I have to go, cook dinner and stuff like that. And today was a really long day, so I'm a bit tired. We will be back tomorrow. So let me just go back to the stop the screen share. Guys, this live stream was great. I enjoyed your participation a lot. Let me say goodbye to all of you. So thank you a lot for being here, and that was great to have you. Please gently touch the like button. Don't smash it, because YouTube guys will not like that. So gently touch it. Please give me likes, share the content, tell your friends about this stream. I really enjoyed being here today with you guys. I was expecting to have a 20-minute stream, but this was longer, and that's because of you. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I will try to warn everyone on Twitter before the stream starts. So not such a short period of 5 minutes. I will try to give you an at least 1 hour advance. And please come back tomorrow. Let's analyze the markets again. Thank you all for being here. Today we had famous people here also. And guys, I see you all tomorrow. And bye-bye.